Hello, everybody. Yeah, long time no see. If we're live on TikTok. Yes. Hi. So, if you are new here, I am half new, half old. Yeah, this is Teacher Jamie's here. Correct. I haven't been on TikTok for a while, actually. Yeah, correct. So because PSLE is coming, it's actually getting very near. So I decided to come back on. So those who I've met you before, hello. Then if let's say there are people I haven't met before, hi. Yeah. Maybe I do a very brief introduction. Yeah, so my name is Teacher James and I am one of the founders of Writers at Work actually. Yeah. So today I wanted to share PSLE oral questions, tips. Yeah. Some of the questions that we actually predicted. Uh meaning to say I think it could appear, but nobody is promising that it will appear. Okay. Yeah, those of you who are new here who just popped in, hello. Yeah. Then I have a list of about 10 questions. So maybe we can just talk a little bit. Covering like if let's say you get this question, what is it that you can actually put together in your answers? Then if you have pen, paper, you can basically take down some notes. Don't have, then just listen lah. Yeah. And see whatever you could remember. That's what your brain is for anyway. Okay. So can check out the I don't know, the memory capacity of your power. Okay. Then if you have questions, feel free to ask. If you have suggestions in your opinion, you think that you have a better answer than me, faster, quickly, immediately, you can actually propose your answers and then we shall see if your answers are better than mine. Yeah, correct. Okay, so wait, give me a minute. Where's my paper? Here. Okay, so one of the topic that I'm predicting that could come out for this year PSLE could be technology in learning. So I think our life is slowly being invaded by AI. So maybe you somehow or other you become obsolete one day. Anybody here know the meaning of obsolete? If you know, come, you can try telling me. Yeah. Or maybe I think we make things a bit simpler. Technology in learning. So, what kind of technology have you experienced in your school while you are learning these days? So, let's see, anybody can share some of the different types of technology that has come into place in your learning. So, learning here refers to school, okay? So, meaning school lessons, okay? So, what kind of technology has actually popped into your school life learning? So if you have answers, please feel free to share. Yeah. Where am I now? Okay, my God. Okay. Yes. So if you are new here, please yeah, just share and let me know. Okay, so I think one of the basic technology which I have on my screen right now, if you can see, I think tablets. Okay, so that's one. What other technology comes into place? You guys are allowed to bring mobile phones into the school today, right? So I think your phones, well, I think we should still call it smartphones. Okay. Then what other kind of technology? Hello, Alyssa. Are you that Alyssa? The sec one Alyssa? Yeah. Okay, so how are you? You should be moving on to sec 2 by the by 2026, right? Oh, I thank you very much for missing me. I miss you too. I haven't come on live in a very long time. In a very, very long time. Oh, you fracture your ankle. Come, you join me. I injured my elbow. Yeah, correct. So my elbow got injury, my wrist also has injury. Mm. So with injuries, I think having technology will help us lah. So maybe, oh wow, yours very serious. I am still very highly mobile. Get well soon, okay? Get well soon. Yeah. How on earth did that happen, man? All right. So what other forms of technology actually has come into place in your learning in school? Come. Alyssa want to share with me? I don't think crutches is your technology, right? Projector. Okay, fine. I will take that, even though that's actually, I would say, old technology. Okay. So projector. Yeah. What else, people? Okay, PLD, personal learning devices, I think. Yeah. Anything else? Summary notes. I think we have what? Those are cheat sheets that are actually found on our website. So if you want, you can go to the website and search for free notes to download. Actually. CW Hor. Hi. So Hor is your surname or CW is your surname? Agree. Okay. So you have things like your smart boards. Um Actually, I think it was CNA recently did okay, I would say a documentary lah, I think, semi-documentary kind of thing. So where the host actually interviewed quite a fair bit of, I think how many? I think 3 or 4 secondary students, checking out how they were actually using AI to help them in their schoolwork and also like WA assessments. And also using AI to actually tackle the actual O level paper. So if you watch the documentary, right, wow, you sure can go and see for yourself. Yeah. So you can go and see for yourself what AI could actually do in terms of helping and also actually hurting you when it comes to learning. Okay. So yes, definitely technology. You have your AI. Then AI, my next question here would be what kind of apps we are talking about. Okay, it's not just AI itself, it's too broad. So let's tighten it a bit. Okay. So when we talk about AI, come. Anybody here care to share like what kind of apps you've been using for AI? 彩票王，哇，你有中彩票的运气吗？ Yeah. Okay. Chat. Yes, that is actually common and basic. Yeah. How many of you here, right, actually use the paid version of Chat GPT? That's my question. If you use Chat, how many of you online here actually use the paid version? That means you subscribe, you pay on a monthly basis. The what is the highest? CW, what do you mean by highest? Highest likes in my class. My physical class, is it? Or you're talking about TikTok class? TikTok class, I think the highest we ever hit was 82,000, I think. Yeah, correct. 82,000 likes, I think. But I don't think that is a record I have no intention to break. Yeah, so you all can try lah. Okay. I don't think my energy level is at that level that can go and break that 82,000 like. Yeah, I do not know how on earth did that happen, but it happened before. I think we did a post showing like the 82,000 K of likes that we achieved previously. Yeah, so if you scroll back to our, I think Facebook or IG, you should be able to see that post. Yeah, but it's dated quite far back. Okay, anyway, so I think chat is definitely one. Okay, but it's really just a fundamental. And if you're not using the paid version, right, you really haven't seen how powerful chat can be. So, so besides chat, any other AI app that, in your opinion, is very very useful? Yeah, there's one that starts with P. If you don't know, I don't intend to introduce because I find that after watching that documentary, I find that Singaporean students are not exactly using AI the way it will help you to learn. Yeah. So as a responsible educator, I have no intention to actually teach so much about AI, but I'm saying that it's really more than just ChatGPT. Okay. So there's one that starts with P, which I think it's a very, very powerful AI tool. But I don't think local students know how to use it well. Then there's another one that starts with D. Yeah, that's also a very powerful AI tool that can actually um, help you to sort out, I would say, audio lessons. Yeah, correct. Mm. No lah. DeepSeek, China. China education system and Singapore education system very far apart. Okay, it's 不一样的国度 okay, and 不一样的维度 all right, yes, they it's like chalk and cheese basically. They don't really talk to each other. All right, I think AI tools that suit our system better is still more the western side AI tools rather than the eastern side AI tools, because fundamentally when you talk about AI, right, a lot of it, they have to be trained by the massive amount of data that we put into them. So the I would say the importance in terms of the sources itself will affect the how the AI is actually performing to be able to help you. Okay. So okay, so there are several AI tools. Then I think the simpler ones that can help students to do project, Canva actually has AI also that's backing it. Adobe also has AI that's backing it. But I don't think a lot of students actually have the paid version to be able to use it. Okay, so when we talk about technology in terms of learning, next question here is, if we talk about PSLE, right? You have to ask yourself, hello, Bob and Tim. Do I, do you know me? When you ask me, do I remember you? My next question is, who am I? Yeah, Bob and Tim. Oh, wow, Ozil. Thank you. Yeah. Wow, I am very honored to be known as your idol. Thank you very much. Yes. Well, Bob and Tim, you genuinely know me. You can spell my name. I give you a big round of applause. Oh, cannot. My elbow very pain already. Cannot clap so loud. But anyway, thank you very much. Yes, I am teacher James. For those of you who are new here, I'm actually one of the founders of Writers at Work. I've officially retired from teaching in the classroom. Actually, I plan to retire from teaching live. But no, I'm back. I decided to be back. So let's talk about learning in school. What kind of learning actually happens in school? Okay, so today my aim is to cover some PSLE questions, that oral questions that I'm predicting could happen. Okay. Oh, my name on the screen. Oh, sorry. I never go and check. Really? Oh, yeah. My name big there on the screen. Oh, okay. So Bob and Tim, I may not remember you lah, because I have never seen you before. This nickname, yeah. Ozil, thank you very much. Yeah. Okay. So what kind of learning actually happens in school? So I think you have your very basic paper and pen kind of learning, where you do your fundamental subjects, which is your EMSC, okay, your math, your sciences, English, your language, and of course your social sciences also. Okay. Then learning also have the physical kind of learning. You have your, I think, the design, technology, food and nutrition, all that. Okay. Yes. Okay, so let's take a look at, I got 10 questions to share today, and yeah. So come, let's go down to the different question, okay? Then y'all can contribute and help to answer. Okay, so come, describe using tag for school projects. Now, before we even start, right? Come. Can y'all give me some clue about what kind of school projects do y'all deal with on a regular basis? Okay, so I think school projects got things like, okay, I haven't done school projects in a very long time. So I remember my students sharing with me before, they have things like short film. Okay. Did I spell film correctly? Wait, I Google. Die. Too long never teach already. I spell film wrongly. Sorry. Okay, it should be this, right? Yeah. Thank you. Oh, nice one. Presentation. But what kind of subject you need to do presentation? Okay, I think speech. Okay, that could be. Then presentation. Okay. Presentation. Yeah, subject that has to do with presentation. What kind of subject actually has to deal with presentation? Is it science subject or is it language? Science got to do presentation. Wow, that's new to me. Okay. So science, I think social sciences also. Social sciences means humanities basically. Okay. Okay, so school projects, we have short film, you have speech, you have presentations, then anything else? Wow, nice one. Okay, research. Okay, so research, then I think leaning more towards the science portion. I think math, all that. Do actually math got school projects or not, huh? By the way. Yeah, actually I'm curious about that. Okay. So describe using technology for school projects. Now, for such a question like that, right, my suggestion is it would be best if you concentrate on maybe two very different subjects, and then you go in and talk about the technology that is useful for actually these two different subjects. Okay, so I think let me break it down to make it easier for all. Wait, yeah. Okay, let me do this insert page. Then I like this one, infinite. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so I'm talking about Q1. Okay, so let's talk about the different types of school project that can use technology. Okay, let's talk about language for one versus maybe science. Okay, so the tech that you can use for language, definitely I think you have your AI. So one of you actually, I mean, as in some of you actually mentioned your chat GPT, right? So this thing you can use it for research. Okay, you can use it for analysis. Okay, you can use it for basically draft writing. Because what happens here is using AI itself, if you put in the prompts very, very accurately, right? They are able to help you generate a very basic draft. But if you take the draft wholesale without thinking, it's very unlikely you're going to score well. Okay, so that is definitely one area where you could actually use the technology itself for that. Okay, then suddenly now I cannot remember what's that AI called. Okay, so you can also actually use technology to basically help you generate or even design, okay, presentations, decks. So how many of you feel that your art so only? That means to say that you are not very good at, combining different colors and all that together, or even choosing the font nicely to make sure that you present your PPT in a brilliant way. Yeah. There's this very powerful AI tool that you can use. It starts with G. Okay, so I shall stop there because I not sponsored. So I don't intend to what if the teacher say I lazy using AI to help me design? Google Slides got AI, but I think Google Slides is because it's on the drive itself, so everybody can collaborate at the same time, right? But is Google Slides backed by Gemini? But anyway, this AI tool that I'm talking about is not Gemini, it's not Google Slides. Okay, this particular AI tool basically is if you have your research, right? You just pump it into the AI. The AI can generate both the images and the PPT for you. It's a very, very powerful AI tool, actually. Yeah. Lazy. AI is not meant. Okay, I think laziness happens when you go on full reliance on the AI and on the technology itself. Just like, okay, example, if I have a washing machine, right, I can put all my clothes into the washing machine to wash. But as a human being, right, you still have to go and check if the washing machine is functioning well enough to clean your clothes well enough. In a sense, like, does it smell good? Is the soap actually totally all cleansed out? Or what is it that you need to do to make sure that the washing machine is doing its job well? So it's like, even if I use AI to generate PPT or to generate any form of project work for me, right, I have to read through the whole thing and see if whatever the tool, the technology has helped me generated answers the question. And even if it throws in pictures and all that for me, right, is it logical? Yeah, correct. Chang'e, the bunny on my head. Oh, okay. My head got a bunny. Okay, okay. That one all thanks to my moderator. Thank you very much. Yeah. So I think using AI itself is important to basically fine tune it. So that means with very, very accurate prompt design, right, you could actually get the AI to easily help you churn A1, A2 standard things. But if let's say you just fully depend on the AI, right, then the AI hallucinate, right, or then good already, then out of point you also, that's it lah. Hello, your nickname sound very familiar. Long time no see, long time no see. Yeah. Those of you who remember me, thank you for coming in to say hi. Yeah. Rice, any tips for discursive essay? Maybe later when one of the questions is more like discursive, it could help. Yeah. But today I'm talking about PSLE oral questions. Okay. So I think for language based, generally generative AI is actually helpful. Okay. And I think just now I agree with Ozil. I think he mentioned Google Slides. Okay, so AI actually allows collaboration. Okay, so this one, right, Google Slides, in my opinion, is it encourages efficient collaboration. Okay, for actually project work. That's how I feel about it. So without AI backing, but when you have cloud technology to allow everybody to work together from the convenience of your home, right, that part is great. Yeah. Okay, so this is more for the language side. So what about technology for science-based kind of project then? So how is technology able to help with regards to that? Okay, I think okay, so this one, okay, let's not talk about analysis and all that lah. Okay, so with tech itself, I think 3D modeling. Okay, so 3D printers are actually available in Singapore. I won't say you have to purchase it, but actually with technology, it's able to let you all do certain science projects in a much more impressive manner. But that would involve money. Okay, that's for sure. All right. Then of course, I think if you talk about project, it is possible to do video production. These days, video production can easily be done using this little device here, which I think each and every student actually has it. Okay, so you're talking about like mobile phones. Okay, so if let's say you have to film a science experiment or like to film basically, a form of science research or like how the whole experiment is actually being done, this is also possible. Okay, so I think video production is something which is easily accessible by a lot of students. Okay, so producing that kind of work. Then of course you have applications, okay, that can help you edit and do post-production, okay, for videos. All right, so technology actually allow that. And also I think, okay, if you connect the Google Slides together here, right, so here you can actually use technology to embed video clips, okay, or even do animation for actually your project work. So project is no longer just flat 2D submission already. So if you want to impress your teacher, right, it can go beyond that already. Yeah. So actually, in fact, there are certain applications that can allow you to do actually augmented reality kind of video projects videos to basically put in place into your project to impress your teacher. I've seen it happen when one of my SST students showed it to me. I was like, wow, really amazing, man. Yeah, I cannot remember what was the app that he used. So basically, when you go to that place and then you take out your mobile phone, right? So you will see a dinosaur actually appearing there. So the project work itself, right, is what we call interactive. Okay, so interactive, you can use things like Nearpod. This is actually one application that I'm aware of. I think, what's that called? Mentimeter, or even things like Kahoot and all that. Yeah, so these are possible things that you could do for your your project that can bring in class engagement. Okay, so technology has changed how we can do presentation. It has changed how much interaction you can control. okay, in terms of that. So I hope that helps to answer the very first question, okay? So where's my first question? Oh my God, wait, hang on, people. I forgot where I am. Yeah, so it's this question. Using technology for school projects. Okay, so that's my first question. Oh my God, I think I talked too much already. Okay, can we do online survey for projects? Oh yeah, Ozil, that one I agree. Can do online survey. That one very good. Okay, come, let's look at the next question. How does technology help research? I think I more or less covered that actually. So technology can help in terms of, I would say, number one, you have verified sources, okay, at your fingertips. These days, how many of you will still say that, yes, just open Wikipedia and everything is fine? No, right? I don't think so, right? Okay. So it should be more than just Wikipedia. You basically Google search or even different types of search engine. Microsoft Edge versus Chrome itself also very, very different. They can produce very different results. And how many of you actually these days when you try Google search, right, you realize that a chunk of AI recommended sites would appear. So you do realize that the AI recommended sites, right, are actually telling you that these are the more trustworthy sites, so-called. Okay. So in other words, technology can help research in that sense. It shortens the time that is required to pull out the stats and all that. It can even do comparison. Okay. So your research itself can come from a more varied source of different sources. That one is one. Then next thing is, I think, in terms of comparison. Okay. Yes. So how can technology help in terms of research? Verified sources, efficient, okay, research. And you realize that, you know, when you do research, right, in the past, we may need to even go to libraries and all that. So usually during my time, I 80 years old, by the way. I'm very old already, okay? So those of you who can try to guess my age, I'm very old already. So during my time when I had to do project research, right, we need a lot of people to do it. You know why? Because one need to go to one section in the library, then another one need to go to another section in the library. Everybody go and check lah. Okay? Then maybe only one have a computer. Because we poor student, you understand? So we're not very rich students. So everybody go different sources to check. Then to finally come back together and then, oh, your one same as mine. So therefore we can take this piece of information. It takes very long. Okay. But these days, yes, exactly. Everything is easily accessible. You take out your mobile phone, you Google. Very fast. Okay. So efficient research. Okay. And then of course, analysis. Okay, this thing can be done almost like very quickly. You can just put everything into a Google sheet and then after that do comparison. Okay, Bob and Tim, you brought up something very, very good. When you have a lot of sources of information, right, there is one skill set that you need to have that technology cannot help you. Anybody here know what is the skill set that you need to have when you have so many different sources? Yeah, you need this particular skill called start with D. Anybody here can try to guess. Wow. Hey, hello, X. You new here, is it? I never seen such a short name before. But you are correct, yes. So you need to be discerning. Okay, yes. So it's this ability of discernment. That means to say you need to be able to tell apart which pieces of information and which sources itself is actually trustworthy. Then you can use it. Okay, very good. Thank you very much. Yes. Okay, so come, let's move on to the next question. What makes educational apps useful? Okay, for this particular question, long time ago, right? Writers at Work actually did an app before. We call it the story tic-tac-toe, I think. Yeah, we used to have it on the Apple. What's the? No. We used to have it on App Store. Yeah, correct. But what happened was, do you know that to put an application on App Store to make it available for you guys to download, right? We have to pay Apple a license fee, something like that. Yeah. So after we design the app, right, then we must pay the license fee to Apple. Oh, then I tell you, there's a reason why Apple is so rich, lah. The license fee, it grew and it multiplied by so many times. Goodness gracious! Wow! It just It's more powerful than inflation, I can tell you. That one really very powerful. Okay, so it just multiply by many, many times. Then in the end, we got very pissed off. We decided to just bring the app down at no point. Yeah, correct. So as I was saying, so what make educational apps useful? Okay, let's talk about educational app. A certain competitor that starts with the letter G, has a lot of educational resources that actually does teaching. Correct. So engaging. Ozil, really, for real. You really feel that educational apps are engaging? They show how many of you would actually open an educational app, right? And then stay in that app without loitering off to WhatsApp to chit chat with your friend, or loitering off to your games and then start gaming. Don't bluff me, and you don't bluff yourself. Okay, so I think educational apps, right, frankly speaking, I think convenience. Okay, so basically you can open it anytime lah. All right, it's very often on your smart devices. Okay, then of course there's this thing that is capable of doing, it starts with the letter P, because it's an educational app, right? So it's supposed to suit the user. You know, A meant for A. No need to A meant for like all the different types of people. Okay, so very good. Thank you very much. Yes, you're really listening. I appreciate that so much. Yes, so it can personalize learning. So once it can personalize learning, right, it can track progress. Hey, come. Now it's time to do advertisement. I have to share that with you all. Okay, you all know, right? In Writers at Work, we actually produce ebooks, and then we sell it on our. You go to our, what's that called? You go to our TikTok channel. You go and click the link tree, right? You can go to our shop there and buy the ebooks that we have. Okay. Hey, not unskippable lah. Let me finish. Do you know that we can actually see your progress there? And I have to say, right, so far, I daringly say this, okay, but this one live, so you all don't quote me. I see people buy the ebook, right, but it never gets open. Impressive, eh? Y'all will buy, right? Then after that, right, I don't know. In Chinese, it's like 你们买护身符啊。就是买了那个 assessment book, then 你买了那个 ebook, right? Then 你就 park 在那边，你就觉得，哎呀 I prepared for exam already because I paid for the ebooks. Buy already must use. You all understand not? That's what educational apps are for. Basically, I think the convenience, accessibility, tracking progress and all that, right? It only is useful if you start using, you know? Yeah, correct. Hey, y'all don't laugh at me, eh? Why y'all laugh at me? What time I start? Huh? I start liao. I'm oh. What time am I here? I'm here since 5:30, I think. Yeah, correct. Oh yes, can game lah. But the thing is, if you don't even open the product, right, then yeah, correct. So okay, honestly, this is a huge realization when we started selling ebooks. And when I first started selling, putting together ebooks for students, it was because I wanted them to have extra resources. So we started with like having cheat sheets for our kids actually. So after that, then we started putting together more and more e-resources, and then we started selling them. So till today, I think some of you probably have seen our ads, be it on our TikTok or be it on hey, Ozil, you cannot say that, you know. You know, when you spend this kind of money for sense of security, right? Is you spend money to hug the Buddha leg. You don't understand the kind of emotional security after you spend the money, right? It means a lot. Correct. Thank you very much for sharing. Please like and share, okay, so that it will encourage me to come back. All right, thank you very much. Yeah, after all, we did hit 82,000 like before. Now it's a miserable 4.2k, but not bad lah, not bad. Okay, really they buy, you know, then they never open. So but please, I mean, as in we put in a lot of effort to put out our e-resources to do up all. Okay, I won't say ours is educational apps because ours is not. It's basically an ebook. So educational apps very much function like ebooks also. So when they put in all these functions, like be it whether game, you know, personalization, and even there's this smart feature where they kind of like realize your mistakes, right? And then they churn out questions that will do to help you to do what we call an extension of this is what we call targeted learning. Okay. Educational apps allow all these things, right? But the thing is, if you don't use the function, right, it's pointless. It's just like buying an iPhone, right? Then eventually you only use it to call and message lah. Then so it's like you have a smartphone, but you don't maximize it, right? A bit right? You know what I mean? Okay. But at the same time, you have to understand, right? When you do oral examination, you don't just cover the useful portion. You can try to put in, how to put it, a slightly different point of view lah. So the slightly different point of view here is actually educational apps, right? A lot of it depends on this thing called self-discipline. Okay. And even though it is useful, but when you don't have the kind of self-discipline to see it through and use it to its maximum potential, right? Then educational apps become distraction lah. You all understand? Because you open the app, then you're holding the smart device, right? The next thing you will do is, maybe I go and check, see whether my friend in Discord or not, gaming or not. Then you go and click there. Then the educational app, right, is open only. Then you don't even go in and open any further, right? Then you move already. Okay? So, yes, that's definitely one. Okay, let's go on to the next question. I've got 10 questions to cover. I'm at Q4 now. I better go on. Scared later. I got no time to cover everything. Okay, so describe creating digital presentations. So when we talk about digital presentations here, in order to answer this question, right, I think you can break down the different type of digital presentation. So digital presentations can be PPT for sure. It can also be animation. Okay. I think it can be video also. So there was this one particular digital presentation that I attended. I was super impressed. So what happened was, it was the PPT, and the stage that the presenter was on, right, is huge, super big. My hand very big. So it's like Marina Bay Sands Convention Hall. So it's like the whole convention hall. So what happened was, the presenter was standing in one corner, then the PPT appeared. The PPT got animation. The PPT move, right, will move together with the presenter. Wow, so the whole thing, right, it's like live. Yeah. Why question so specific and detailed? Because I'm at one particular topic. It's called technology in learning. So today I'm only covering technology in learning. So I'm predicting this topic, and I'm predicting these 10 questions. So I'm covering like how you answer these 10 questions. Okay. So describe the process of creating digital presentations. Okay, so I think first thing is put myself, okay, in the audience shoes. Okay, so number 2, you have to also understand the objective of the DP, that means the digital presentation. Okay, so I think that one important. My just scam that technology will come out, but it didn't. This is called your crystal ball that year cloudy, or this year cloudy. So therefore, the clouds didn't part, and the magic didn't happen. But don't like that. At least your church right? Hello, Yu Hao. Hi. Yeah, those of you who are new here, thank you very much for being here. Yeah, continue to click the like. Okay. So by the end of today, maybe if let's say we hit 10K tomorrow, I'll come back lah. If not, tomorrow you won't see me. Okay, I will take AL. Okay, so when you talk about creating digital presentation, I think number 3 is deciding decide the medium. Okay, that means to say, are you going to be using interactive slides? Are you going to be using video? Are you going to be using animation? Yeah, correct. Or are you going to be using what we call a mixed medium? Okay, then of course number 4, digital presentation. Okay, so then if you talk about PPT, right, then you will need to decide on the content to emphasize. Okay, I think that one is that. Then because sometimes if let's say you talk about, if I have to do a digital presentation about a piece of artwork, okay, or even let's say art history example. So when you talk about history, you have a lot of information, correct? So if let's say I want to describe maybe a historical figure, but then okay, historical figure. Okay, my history quite bad. But anyway, if I have to describe a historical figure, and then there's so much information about the historical figure, so exactly which part about this person you want to talk about. So you have to selectively put in the information. Then when you talk about digital presentation, right, you need to think about like which words to bold. Okay, you should also consider the color scheme, and then you should also consider like the pace. Correct? Like how fast or slow you are presenting. All right, because certain digital presentation is very slow, right? Very boring, I know. Yeah. Tomato soup the best. Huh? Oh, sure. Which is the best Hai Di Lao soup base? Tomato. I agree with Ozil. Yes. Yeah, super agree. Tomato is the best. Yeah. Yuhao, thank you for your follow. Okay, those of you new here, please follow us. All right, then digital presentation. As I was saying, you should also consider like the pace of presenting. Then my next question is, when you talk about digital presentation, are you having one presenter or two presenters? So sometimes when you do group project itself, right, you could have two different presenters. So is it an interactive kind of presentation? Okay, then also what are the kind of videos or even animation you want to put inside? Then are you grabbing videos from basically external sources, or are you creating the videos on your own? All right, yes, correct. Okay, then, okay, so this question, then digital presentation must also remember rehearsal. This is something I truly believe in. When you talk about project presentation and all that, right? I think checking the accuracy in terms of the information is one thing. Getting collaborating with students is also another. But the thing is, if you have a presentation, you should do a rehearsal to make sure that actually the information that you put in place, according to the visuals itself, right, they actually merge very nicely. That's when you can achieve a very high score. Okay? Yes. All right. So let's go on to Q5. Okay. How can tech support collaborative work? This one, very straightforward. Number one, you have your cloud technology. Okay. So your cloud tech, which is things like your Google Drive. Okay, so it can allow what you call basically anybody can be working with anybody. You don't have to be meeting at the same time, same place. Okay, yes. So you could basically do it even across like different continents. Yeah, you don't have to be together in the same place. All right. So that one is one. Then besides cloud technology, yes, everybody can be working on it at the same time. So in other words, you could actually increase the efficiency in terms of working together. Okay, then wait let's see. Yeah, so you could have shared ideas, okay, that is featured at the same time. You can also allow things like co-designing. Okay, co-designing can happen on Canva. It can also happen on Google. Okay. Uh, my team. Generally we work on Canva. Okay, so my team members, I think if you've met some of the moderators, they basically will do their designing on Canva, and then they will submit to me. They will send me via the Canva link. So sometimes my devices very kind. I click the Canva link will open. Sometimes if I click the Canva link and open, then okay. So whatever suggestions I have, I can just put in a comment there and all that, right? Then my team can easily go in and do the code designing. But if let's say the thing don't open, right? Long time ago, without this kind of technology, it's very sad and it's very pathetic when we want to do this kind of collaborative work. I literally got to screenshot the design, and then I got to put it into either a Word document or a PowerPoint, and then I got to draw text boxes, and then I got to write about what I don't like about the design or what is wrong with the design, so that my designer can do the correction. So without tech, right? Oh, I tell you, collaborative work is sheer torture. Okay, it's email shooting here, shooting there, taking a lot of time. Okay, so other things that tech can do what we call your screen sharing during team discussions. Correct. So this is also collaborative work. when you talk about meeting, okay, as a group, when you come together and then, you actually do screen sharing, like how are we going to be doing this, then you realize that actually they also allow what we call group annotation. So if you are sharing a particular document, so let's say, if we are doing example, go back to the example, we're doing a history project. So, okay, so we pull out this particular article. Now we got to do analysis of this article. So the whole team can go in and actually annotate the same document. Okay, so when you can annotate the same document and all that, right? Wow. So everybody idea can be on that same sheet itself. Then the next thing is there are tools these days that can capture audio. That means to say that if let's say we meet together for a group meeting, right? So using tag itself, they can capture the audio discussion of the team. Provided you don't talk nonsense during your discussion, you don't end up teasing one another or joking with one another, you can actually pull out the transcript. In fact, actually, if I'm not wrong, Apple phone, Notes is capable of doing that. Yeah. Okay. So you could actually use that to capture. Cher Mizuko use Canva. Why so shocked? Cannot? Really? Why Cher Mizuko? Why you so stunned that Cher Mizuko use Canva? I very shocked. I also use Canva. Yeah. Canva good I like Canva. Yeah, we were one of their earliest supporter. Okay. So number 5, voice, okay, to transcript. Yeah. So I think that is also helping in terms of collaborative work. That means it can help to take notes and all that. So I think that one very powerful. Okay, so how can tech help in terms of collaborative work? It basically allows people to collaborate across time zone, countries, or even in terms of how fast they can collaborate. Technology has definitely helped in terms of that. Okay, so come, let's look at the next question. Actually, this one, right? I do not know how accurate that this thing will come out. But anyway, since we are here, let's just talk very quickly. Should students learn coding? Do you think it's still important to learn coding? Coding is a language, basically. Yeah. Okay. So I think okay, let's do a yes and let's do a no. Okay. So why should you learn coding? Hello, Yu Hao. Okay. So I think fundamental understanding, okay, of tech, that is definitely helpful. Okay, so that you could understand the fundamentals of why certain technology work in a certain way. Okay, then next one is of course your extra skills. All right, it's just like learning your math, your sciences and all that, because it helps in terms of critical thinking, because you can understand from a coder's point of view for the fun of it. Okay, fine. Fun. Fun of it. Do you have a better reasoning besides fun? Yeah, correct. I think, okay, so besides critical thinking, right, coding itself actually teach you to focus on this thing called problem solving. Okay, so okay, why people write code? They write code so that you produce certain apps, or even I would say certain functions to basically make your life easier. Okay. When we used to hang out as a group, when I have my own group of friends, right? So when we go out and play together, my friends, one of them will be the so-called treasurer. So need to in charge of who pay how much for like certain things that we do. Then the poor treasurer got to be the one to go and tabulate the amount, right? Then later go and tell everybody who to pay who how much. So with the blessing of having coders around these days, right? So we have apps like that. So what happens? You go in, you key in the app, like who pay how much and whatsoever, right? And then all these things could actually appear already. So yeah. Okay, so I think problem solving, that one is one. Then next one is, this is a future proof. Future proof skill set to have. Okay, so it's to future proof yourself. Wow, I'm actually surprised by this. It says that actually coding help to foster creativity because it helps you to understand game design. Okay, I'm not a gamer. Is this true or false, people? Can you tell me? Yeah. Does learning how to code basically help you to become more creative and understand game design? Wow, Ozil, thank you very much. You're so kind. Yeah. Yu Hao, coding is a waste of time. Yu Hao, you are Yu Hao or you are Yu Yang? Yeah, come to think of it, I quite miss Yu Yang. He's quite funny. Okay, so no, why students shouldn't learn coding. Let's look at the flip side, okay? Why students shouldn't learn coding. Now, in my opinion, there is AI advancements, okay, whereby I would say that it could become an obsolete skill with how AI is advancing these days. Okay, then mm, in fact, actually, what's that guy's name called? Jensen Wong, I think. Yeah, from NVIDIA. So he actually says that with the advancement of AI itself, right, he feels that the focal point of students in the future is actually to learn physical science. That means you need to learn exactly how your science theory, and then how do you prove using experiments and all that, so that you could better use AI skills to bring it to real life application. Yeah, correct. So 10K. Oh, wow! Thank you very much, people. Thank you very much. Okay, come. I haven't done this in a long time. So since we hit 10K, right? So come, I bless y'all with the carrot sword, okay? This one very long, never used already. Yeah. So last time, whenever we hit a certain amount, so everybody must bless. Yes. Oh, thank you. But please don't spell my name with a small letter J. I don't like that. Spell it with a capital J. Thank you very much, people. Okay. So why students shouldn't learn coding? Now, this is a very practical reason, okay? So it's not an examination subject, but coding these days is being offered as an examination subject. So if it's not an examination subject, honestly, it takes a lot of grit and determination to learn it well. It's just like, I don't know how many of you would actually bother to learn piano like super well or violin super well when you don't have to take piano examinations, basically. Mm. Okay, so me, I tried to learn drums once. Yeah. Then I think I learned for one term. Then I gave up already. Oh, cannot. It's too difficult, man. Your hands and your fingers and then your legs must coordinate. 太累了. It's too tiring. Okay. But yeah. So I think with AI advancement, obsolete skill, never give up. You go and learn, then you come and play drums for me. That one I okay. Yeah. Okay, so I think this could be it. Now let's take a look at this. Using tech to solve problems. Okay, so this one, right, can we stretch the thing a little bit? Now, if we talk about tech, don't just talk about school problems. Let's talk about, we use tech to solve problems on, example, public spaces. Okay, so, and then when you talk about solving problems, right, do not just focus on student problems. Think about problems from, let's say, elderly point of view, students from maybe the handicap, so that when you stretch your answers wider, generally you could impress the examiners. Okay, so what kind of problems can tech actually use to solve? If you talk about handicap, actually I saw, I was in Switzerland for holiday, and I'm actually quite impressed. So they have this public tram, okay, and the tram, interestingly, that road itself, right? Some parts actually have a curb, some parts have no curb. That means it's flat. So what happens when the tram arrives, right? The tram will stop at different points. I That's what I noticed, but I do not know whether am I too tired that I see wrongly or what. I don't know. But apparently they would have notice announcement, right? And also if you download the app, you would actually know it. That means to say which tram is meant for the handicap friendly. So it will stop at the point whereby they could actually wheel themselves in very, very smoothly. Then some of the trams which are I would say is meant for the general public, they will stop at the curbside, so you will have to step up to it. Okay, so I I haven't taken Singapore public transport in a very long time. So may I know if Singapore buses actually have that, huh? Anybody can tell me. Singapore buses have like are they wheelchair friendly? Are you lagging? I don't know eh. Yeah. Am I lagging? Yeah, those of you who are online can tell me. Yeah. Wow, we actually hit 12K. Thank you very much. Okay. So I think one, definitely you are talking about health alerts. Okay. So basically this thing will help in terms of elderly safety. Okay. So health alerts, this could be actually using smart devices. Okay, they have the watches and all that that is meant for I cannot remember the name that you call it lah, but basically they give it out for free, so you could go and claim it, and then it monitors like your health problem and all that. Okay, I like to drive. Yes, I enjoy yeah, having the freedom to drive wherever I want to be. Okay, so health alerts in terms of smart devices. So this thing is really meant for elderly, and especially when elderly stay alone. Okay, so they help to prevent in terms of like timely accident support should they fall down at home and all that. So the devices would actually trigger the I would say the A&E assistants or even social workers to basically reach out to the elderly who are staying alone. I think that's definitely one. And then of course the health apps itself, they actually help to remind them in terms of like the medical appointments that they need to I would say attend to, especially when they are not heavily supported by their family members. Yeah. So what exactly these problems are they solving? So you keep the elderly active and healthy. Basically, it reduces the financial burden on the country itself, actually. Yeah, and by keeping them healthy, they could actually become active contributors to the economy. So that itself is actually very helpful. You all understand? Yes. Children tracking watches. Yeah, so you're talking about what's that called? There's this tag thingy, right, that you can put inside your luggage and then the luggage disappear, but it can track it. What's that thing called? Air tag, right? Correct, correct. Apple tag. Is air tag or Apple tag X? Yeah, air tag, is it? Oh, Jason says air tag. I trust Jason. Okay. All right. Then, of course, number two, transportation apps. Okay. That one is one. Then what other problems? Okay, this problem was something I experienced, but it's not in Singapore. I don't. Singapore, I think have also, right. There's a live webcam that will tell you whether the checkpoint got jam, no jam, right? Live webcam that will tell you whether the Woodlands checkpoint and then the Tuas checkpoint got jam, no jam, and whether is it time to chiong into Malaysia. Yes, right. Yeah, correct. So the one I experienced in Switzerland is basically the webcam that will tell you suitable or not suitable to go up to the mountain. Because the bloody cable car very expensive. You understand? You buy the cable car ticket, right? Then you go up there, then the mountain all covered by the clouds. Wow. It's a huge waste of money, man. Yeah. Correct. Grocery shopping online for people who are unable to leave or walk. I mean, yes, that's a very good one. So I think it provides the kind of convenience and all that. So tech actually solves in terms of how you efficiently make use of your time. Because like if let's say the webcam tells you that okay, so there's a jam there, you shouldn't actually you go and join the jam is basically to worsen the congestion. All right. So we have things like live webcams. So as I give the example, there are two ways to use it. So one is more for traffic. Okay. So it helps to ease the traffic congestion. Then next one, of course, is for tourism. Okay, so tourism would be like what I mentioned, based on what I experienced, is basically a live webcam will tell you whether is it worthwhile to go up to, a place of interest. Now the reason is because, right, if example without the webcam, you just go and imagine this, people pay that kind of money, right? And then you go to the place of interest, which has an international reputation of it being very beautiful. But you go up there, right? You don't see the mountain, you see the clouds all cover the mountain, right? Then how would you feel? You spend the money, you flew into the country, you go all the way up there, then ugly. What will you do if you go online? What kind kind of review would you write? You would, I tell you, you'll be damn pissed off and then you'll end up writing very bad review of that country. Okay? Then what will happen to the poor country? The tourism will then suffer. Okay? Because it's like, when you have a lot of angry people writing about certain things, a bad experience, right? It generally affects how other people will view that place. So actually, there's a very macro impact on this. You all understand? Ah, yes. Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. What is a Jet 2 holiday? It's a trending phrase, is it? So what is this phrase about? Can you explain to me? What is a Jet 2 holiday? Can save 20 pounds per person. That's 200 pounds for a family of 4. Hey, your math got problem, is it? 20 pounds per person, 200 pounds for a family of 4. 20 times 4 is 80 eh. Audio.
It's like an apps. And people using it to
Okay, I cannot understand the joke anyway. Okay, so if you face this question, you just have to answer it in a more unique manner. All right, so I'm Q7. It's 6:36 already. Come, I do another few more questions. Okay, how do tablet enhance the learning? Come. So we are 12.9K, so maybe we can hit 15K before I log off. Okay. Oh no, my father called me. Wait, hello? Yeah, no, I'm working now. I don't need anything. I call you later lah. Okay? Bye-bye. I'm a very filial daughter. My dad called me, so must answer. My dad very old already. My dad 160 years old because I 80. Okay? So must answer my father. All right, come. Let's look at the next one. So how do tablets actually enhance learning? Actually, how many of you actually bother to use tablet to I don't know, to study? Yeah. Then you use tablet really for studying or not? I use tablet to teach. But other than that, my tablet is my source of entertainment actually. Yeah, correct. Okay, so I think definitely one is to access ebooks and education apps. Okay, so that is definitely one of them. Number two, I think collaborative work. So just now we all were talking about like Google Doc, Google Sheet, or even Nearpod, all that kind of different apps where you could do collaborative learning and even annotation and all that. Okay, Kindle and all that also. Then it's definitely helpful for tactical learners. Now, which you requires a form of engagement. Okay, wait, engagement. So such that you could actually do, okay, for younger learners lah, in a sense, maybe in terms of coloring or like, finding the missing object or even fitting the object and all that, or even recognizing the differences and all that. So yes, it can help in terms of those tactical learners, but this is for young learners. Older learners, I don't think so. I mean, okay, maybe if let's say the learning app itself contains some form of gaming. Okay. Then number 4, I think for documentation. Okay, what do I mean by that? Because you can easily take photos. Because tablet itself has the function of camera, right? You can take photos, you can take videos and all that in terms to create resources. Okay, when you talk about learning itself. And then also it can do, right? You can use your tablet to do things like your video recording and all that, audio recording. So you can use tablet to do oral exam prep. In a sense, you can do audio recording. And also, it's very easy to convert handwriting digital notes to type digital notes if you have your tablet. Okay? Yes. All right. Can? Okay. So, conversion. Wait. Conversion of notes. Okay. Then, come. Wow, this one. What kind of digital skill is the most useful? Yes. Okay, let's see if anybody can answer me that. Oh, really? We hit 15K already. Oh, then can I log off now? If we hit 15K, can I log off now? Yeah. So come. What kind of digital skills is most useful? Very quickly. Then I can log off. I'm very happy to log off now. 我要下班了. Okay, I think very quickly, okay. So let's look at the I think when we first started using digital device, right, or even up to today, if I bring in some of my secondary students to come here to do internship, something that shocked me beyond words is I realized that students these days don't have this skill set. Come, your I let you all guess the word, okay? So start with a T. Yeah, students don't have this skill. Yeah, which has something to do with the keyboard. Mm. See if anybody here knows anything or not. Yeah, I realized that students quite amazing. Incapable of doing this. Shocking. So suddenly I asked for the lacking skill set. Nobody there to answer me because you all also really don't have that skill set, is it? No. The second letter is Y. Not technical, Yu Hao. Yeah. Apparently, if I give you a keyboard, right? Yeah, students demonstrate to me that on mobile phone can, but on keyboard cannot. Wow. Ozil bingo. Yes, typing skills is shocking at how slow and how many errors students can have when it comes to proper typing. Okay. Somehow or rather you're very capable of typing short messages, but when it comes to proper typing is really quite horrendous. All right. So it's like the spelling errors and all that. Wow, the minute spell check is turned off, right? Goodness gracious. You're like speaking a different language, man. Yeah. I'm glad you know. I also think so. Okay, so I think typing and reading. Typing, wow. Reading, don't have. Okay, so this one is one. Then what other digital skills? Okay, wait. Besides typing, uh, I think okay. This is communication etiquette. Meaning, your ability to communicate via email is shocking. Proper email. When we talk about formal email, okay? Yeah, I'm honestly shocked at the kind of emails that I can receive when I work with interns. Like everything can be in caps. Then some of you actually straight away get ChatGPT to write the email for you. You all understand, right? ChatGPT like to use emoticons, like to use M dashes. So when you do not know how to prompt the chat intelligently, right? Is one glance I know that ChatGPT wrote that for you. That one is number one. Number two is ChatGPT is writing rubbish because your prompt is horrible. So therefore the email is horrible. Yeah. So if you ever attempt to use ChatGPT to write essays for you, right, think twice. Okay. You want to show your teacher your stupidity, also not like that. All right. Okay. So that one is one. Then another one is actually filing. Digital filing. That means to say how you name your folders. All right. I think that is very important because what happens here is this is organizational skills. Okay. Because when you have a lot of digital resources and you do not know how to name them properly, right, and file them properly, right, everything is a mess. Okay. Yeah. This one, honestly, I'm quite guilty of it also. It's something which until today is quite a challenge for me. All right. Must remember exactly how to name this file and you name it the exact same way. This thing takes effort. Okay. Honestly, so far, can AI do that for us? I don't know. Maybe there's already an AI that can do that. Okay. So organizational skills, when you talk about digital organization. All right. Then also handling spreadsheets and even reading data. Okay. So reading data accurately. This one is also an important digital skill. Okay. So I'm down to my last question. Describe balancing tech and traditional learning. Well, in my opinion here, I would say come very quickly, okay? So you need to practice, okay, using tag with pen and paper. That's why actually until today, examination is still done in a very traditional way of pen and paper. You have technology hasn't reached a point that it fully replaces that. Now the reason is because this part, right, it triggers a different portion of your brain for your thinking and problem solving. So if you are not able to use pen and paper well, in a logical manner, I can tell you that portion of your brain will be dull. That means to say that it will unfortunately go into a mode. It will no longer be able to absorb or break down information for you. So it will affect your decision making ability, and it will affect your decision making skills and speed when you enter adulthood. And that is actually a very scary thing. Okay? Yeah. Super duper scary. Okay, yes. So you need to learn that. Yes, that's why you need to learn email writing in school, people, because your email writing is horrible. Oh, I tell you, the situation writing I saw stun, man. You love pencils. These days, exam use pencils, there. I thought these days exam use pen. Guan Yu Sam. Wow, my goodness, what a weird name. Okay, so yeah, so as I was saying, I think tag has to be used at the same time with pen and paper, because this portion itself, you can go and read research about it. Okay, it fires up a certain portion of your brain. Now you understand, your brain, okay, it's like a very giant light bulb, and it has many different portions. So these different portions, right, they will light up if you learn different skill sets. So if you learn how to play a piano, you learn how to, play violin and all that, right, a certain portion of your brain will light up. That portion, once it lights up, right, it will mean to say that your critical thinking, your decision making skills for that, from that portion of your brain, will contribute to how fast you can make decisions and all that. So that is actually very important. So when you're doing your growing stages itself, right, you must light up as many portions of your brain as possible, actually. And even as we grow older, we need to continue to light it up. The minute you stop lighting it up, right, it's like, with the aging will happen very fast. So it's very scary. Okay, brain empty? No lah, not empty. The fact that you can type answers for me, not empty, man. Write until your pen break. No, your pen will not break. Based on my personal experience, right, I wrote until my fingers got torn apart. That means I don't know whether y'all can see or not. So you hold a pen like that, right? So what happened is, this portion of my finger, when I was in uni, I was writing so many essays to a point that the finger cracked apart. So the side of the finger actually cracked apart. So I had to double plaster it in order I can continue to go for exams. And that actually helps your brain to fire up. Okay. So what else is that? Then I think mix resources. Okay. So mix resources means to say that you can do tablet learning. You can also use your physical notes learning. We are human, we have our five senses. So our sense of touch actually influence our learning. Okay. The only way I could do that was if you had to do a lot more work, then you would be done by. I don't understand what you're talking about, man. Gosh. Yeah. If you write enough and you have to write under such pressure, time pressure, yeah, because in the past, right, one uni essay paper is 3 hours. Yeah, so it's 3 full hours of writing. Yeah, I graduated from NUS. So, yes, so I'm speaking from NUS point of view. Okay, so one paper is 3 hours, and then 3 hours, I think I cannot remember how many essay question already. Was it like 2 or 4? Yeah. So we even had open book examination. Then I can tell you the open book examination, right, is rubbish. You got no time to flip the book at all. Okay, no time. Yeah. The only way I could do that was if you had to do little more work, and I'll be happy with it. I cannot understand. I don't know if I can get a hold of you, but I have a question for you about the car that I have for. Huh? So you're giving me a car, is it? If you're giving me a car, then yes, you can get a hold of me, no problem. Faster. Okay? And I would love to have a European car. Okay? Triple humanities, then you're dead. Don't need triple humanities to be writing essay, actually. Yeah, correct. In uni itself, but I think maybe things have already changed lah. So I actually took this paper called Perfume and can't remember what was it. I took it for fun, joy, and laughter. Yeah, some perfume course. Yeah. Then eventually also got essay. Oh, yo. Yeah. Okay. So I think mixing your resources, that itself would actually balance traditional learning. Okay. So when we talk about mixing resources, you can also talk about mixing activities. That's why you have project work. And that's why you have basically, I would say, learning journeys, which are not learning within just the classroom itself. You actually go out there and learn other things. Okay. Yeah. So that one is definitely one. Then so as I was saying, this one you can do outdoor learning. So as I was mentioning, like learning journey and all that. Okay, then balancing tech and traditional learning, I think definitely time learning sessions. Meaning to say that, right, if you are using technology to learn, right, it should not exceed a certain amount of time. So it means to say that, okay, so if I sit down and I'm going to use tech to learn and then I just go on and on for like 6 hours, your brain cannot absorb this much. Ultimately, it will go into a very numbing thing. So what happens here is if you talk about balancing like traditional learning with technology learning, right? I think it's basically to spread out the time. So you should do active learning, like this part is using tablet, maybe this part you are learning via video lessons, and then after that you are actually writing notes or even excuse me, doing mock papers, the actual mock paper itself. So I think basically splitting these things up in time sessions, that's when you actually get a very good mix. So but this one of course is your self-discipline and how you decide to plan out the lesson. So this portion itself, maybe you need this thing called parental guidance, or perhaps even a teacher or tutor that's guiding you, a mentor that will guide you to help you design your study plan. Okay. Yeah. So I think that itself would actually affect how you balance traditional learning together with like technology learning. And I think COVID has taught you all a lot of things about how is it that you can learn from home. Okay, so I believe that schools are actually doing quite a fair bit of HBL occasionally. But very often whenever students have to do HBL, right, I realize that they are out shopping or either in arcades. Yeah. So if you don't take HBL seriously and you learn how to control, like, when you have the freedom to learn at home, how do you make use of your time, right? This is how you will behave when you eventually come to the working world. When you have that kind of flexibility and freedom to work from home, then you end up going out to meet your friend for coffee. To me, that is very unprofessional. Yeah. Okay. So I think if you have that freedom to learn how to balance tech and traditional learning, it's an opportunity for you to actually design your own timetable of learning and actually design how is it that you want to mix these two things together properly. Okay. Yes, that is what I have for you today, people. Yeah. Okay, so I've covered 10 questions. Yes. 10题我做完了. Yes, and I've hit 18,000.6K likes. Not bad. Don't have 80K, but got 18K. I'm quite happy with that. Yes, correct. So for those of you who are here with me for quite a while and then happily answering my question, thank you very much. Okay, so if let's say you need additional help and all that, please come and join our regular lessons. I think, if I'm not wrong, we still having the 12 plus 2 lessons promotion going on. Okay, so if you join us, you will get 2 lessons free. You sign up for 12 lessons, you will get 2 lessons free. Okay, and actually, if you're entering the examination phase already, right, I would say that August, September is your last chance to chiong for your EOY. Okay. Tomorrow got live. What time will you be available? Yeah, that one more important. Okay. So I do live when got people to talk to me. Otherwise, maybe I won't do live. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, just look out for the announcement. Okay. Whether tomorrow got live or not. Yeah, that's all I have for you today. Hello, Mrs. Fiona. Yeah. Then chunk for N level faster, quickly, immediately. Okay, I bless you with the carrot sword. May your N level chonging be successful. Da-da-da! Okay, so that's all I have for you today. Thank you very much for everybody who joined us, Yu Hao, and thank you very much for actually answering so many questions. Yes, people, that's all I have for you today. Teacher Jamie's here. So, interested to join us in Writers at Work? We have 8 different branches. 12 plus 2 is still available for all. Quickly, faster, immediately, go message us. I think the WhatsApp number is up there. All right. Yeah, that's all I have for you today. Bye bye, people. 再见. We'll see you again. Okay? Yes.